The Health Secretary Sajid Javid says that the app is being modified today, so fewer people will be required to self-isolate. This is to ease the pressures of what's being dubbed the pingdemic. Let's head to Westminster and get reaction. Our chief political correspondent, John Craig, has been looking through what details we have so far, John.
This is a big climb down because, of course, there's been fury at the number of people who've been forced to isolate because they're being pinged, because they've been told they've come into contact with someone who tested positive. The big change is this. Currently, for people who input a positive test but are asymptomatic, the app looks for close contacts 5 days prior to a positive test. This will be updated based on public health advice to look back at contacts 2 days to a positive test. So the idea is that far fewer people will be pinged. The government announcement says fewer contacts will be notified. It says that Mr. Javid has said that we want to reduce the disruption that self-isolation can cause for people and businesses while ensuring we're protecting those most at risk from the virus. This update to the app will ensure we're striking the right balance, same phrase as we heard from the Prime Minister a moment ago. He said it's so important that people isolate when asked to do so, as Mr. Javid, in order to stop the spread of the virus and protect their communities. Nowhere in this announcement does it acknowledge that a lot of people are switching it off, but we are all being urged to carry on using the app. A few moments ago, Dr. Jenny Harris, now she's the Chief Executive of the UK Health Security Agency, said this, announcing this very important and significant change.
So we've had some really good new research back recently. More than 2,000 cases of COVID are being prevented each day by the use of the app, and we know that 40% of the eligible population are still continuing to use it. And we want people to have confidence that it's helping them to protect those nearest to them. What we are doing in this new context of opening up is to try and get the balance right between the public health advice and the way people are living their lives and the social and economic factors affecting them. And so we are altering the logic of the app, which will mean that fewer contacts will be contacted, will be advised to isolate, and that is because we will only be contacting those at higher risk, where they have had very close contact in the most infectious period of the positive case.
If this change hadn't been made, how worried would you be that people would have deleted the app in greater numbers or turned off contact tracing, given that so many people have been pinged?
Well, I think people need to understand they've been pinged because we have a pandemic, and it is actually helping them. Well, we really want to get across that the app is a friend, it's not a foe. If you're advised to self-isolate, if you're advised you're a close contact, then you know you're at higher risk of passing infection on to others. But we do want people to continue to have confidence, and we know that if people use it, we'll continue to...
Sorry, I think... Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, a little glitch there, but the key point is that Jenny Harris there was talking about people having confidence in the app. Clearly, the government is concerned that people have been losing confidence as thousands upon thousands of people have been pinged. Whole industries are facing chronic staffing shortages, and there was a real anger amongst bosses, amongst MPs, about the number of people being pinged. So just to recap, finally, the key change is this. Currently, for people who input a positive test but are asymptomatic, the app looks at close contacts 5 days prior to a positive test. This will be updated based on public health advice to look back at contacts 2 days prior to a positive test. This is a big climb down by the government and by Public Health England as a result of the anger at the so-called pingdemic.